Good morning, everyone. I have an exciting day planned for us. I have a great experiment, but it's all the way at the end. So we're going to go get started. But before I start calendar, because I always forget about our caterpillars, and I forgot about them on our Zoom meeting this morning. So let's show our caterpillars in case I forget later on. They are humongous. Can you see how big these guys have gotten? They were so itty bitty when we started, and they are growing so fast. So I think we're getting really close to them coming to the top. And do you remember what was the third part of our life cycle? So they started as eggs, and then they turned into a caterpillar, and third, they will become chrysalis. They're going to go to the top and wrap themselves into a tight little cocoon or chrysalis at the top before they become butterflies. So any day now, this is getting exciting. But here we go. Good morning, and how are you? Good morning. I'm excited today because I have a really fun lesson planned today. So excited, thank you. All right, let's start with our calendar. So today is Wednesday, April 29th. Oh my goodness, we're at the very end of April. Only one more day and then we go to our next month. So if today is Wednesday, that means yesterday was Tuesday, and tomorrow will be Thursday. Today is Wednesday. All day long. Yesterday was Tuesday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Oh, what fun. And now for our days of the week. Days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week. So let's talk about which month is coming up, because we only have today and tomorrow, and then we have our new month. So let's sing our month Macarena and figure out which month comes after April. So listen closely and go ahead and do it with me. Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Did you hear what came after April? So we had January, February, March, April. What came next? May. May is our next month. So we'll go ahead and switch our calendar in a couple days. Okay, so let's go. You know what? I decided I was going to do one song today, and we haven't done this song in a while, so I really wanted to do it with you guys, and I can sit and do this one with you. So we're going to do Open Shut Them. Here we go.
Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Big and small. Big and small. Big and small. Big, small, small, small. Big and small. Big and small. Big, small, small, small. Please, no thank you. 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 Fast and slow. Fast and slow. Fast and slow. Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow. Fast and slow. Fast and slow. Fast, 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 slow, slow, slow. Loud and quiet. Loud and quiet. Loud and quiet. Loud, 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 loud. Shh. Quiet. Loud and quiet. Loud and quiet. Loud, 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 loud. Shh. Quiet. Peek-a-boo. 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 Peek-a, peek-a, peek-a-boo. 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 Peek-a, peek-a, peek-a-boo.
Great job! And I know everyone's is loud and quiet, so I hope you got really loud and really quiet. Okay, now for our worksheets. So, Mrs. D, she attached some worksheets that I wanted you to work on this week, and we're going to start with, of course, our butterfly one. Now, typically in school, we would use our bingo dabbers. You may or may not have those at home. I do not have those here. But I thought it would still be fun. You could either do fingerprints with stampers or with paint if you have them. And if you don't have either of those, you can put stickers on each one. You could glue a sequin on each one. Any of those skills, working with your glue, working with your fingers, or even color all of them. It may be fun to put letters or the letters in your name in each bubble and then go ahead and color. But this will be fun for you to work on. And try your best to stay in the lines if you are coloring on them. Okay, the other one was my name in a 10 frame. And perfectly, it went right along with our lesson this week with a caterpillar on it. So I went ahead and did my daughter Charlotte's name because it's a very long name and I used rainbow colors. So I know these dots are very small. You can have mom and dad help you write your letters in these bubbles because they are small for us. So I wrote one letter in each part of the caterpillar's body, and then I filled a 10 frame with it. So a 10 frame has 10 boxes. And I went and I filled each letter of her name in a box so I could count how many letters are in her name. So in the name Charlotte, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters. So I'm going to go down here and write, I have, fill in the number, 9 letters in my name. Then lastly, there's a box at the bottom for you to put a picture of something that starts with the first letter in your name. So, because it was Charlotte and it's a C, we did another caterpillar. So I went ahead and drew my best work drawing a caterpillar. I used a pattern. And then I made a leaf and I wrote the word caterpillar because caterpillar starts with a C like Charlotte. So those are your worksheets for today. Now for the fun stuff. We have 2 crafts we're going to do with paints. So again, I didn't have green paint at home. So I had to mix paints, and I know we like mixing paints, so I'm going to go ahead and mix it with you guys. I had a blue paint and a yellow paint, but I didn't have green. But I remembered using my primary colors, if I mix blue and yellow, it should make green. So let's go ahead and see. So here is my blue paint. It's kind of teal, but it's pretty blue. And then I'm going to mix in yellow paint, and we're going to see what happens. Maybe a little bit more. So there you go. Go ahead and look. This is my 2 paints mixed, and I'm going to mix. I might need a little more yellow paint. It is pretty green, though. Look at already. We'll go ahead and add a little more yellow to my paint. Oh, this is much better. Okay. So now I have the green paint that I was looking for. Now I found a fun idea on balloon painting. If you have a balloon at home, you can easily do this. We're going to have to add a little bit more because I didn't leave a big enough spot for me. So my caterpillar up here is made with balloon painting. All I did was take a little water balloon or any size balloon you have at your house, and I dunked him in the paint, and you won't believe the perfect circles he makes. So I went 1 and 2 and 3, and I want you to count when you're making your dots. 4, let's go ahead and do 5. I can fit 5 on here. 5, and wait till you see how cool this looks. There is my caterpillar, and once he's dry, I can give him antennas and eyeballs and a mouth and feet. Maybe if you do 5 circles, you can do 10 feet. So go ahead and count your feet when you're done. And maybe you can even put a letter C for caterpillar on here. My next one turned out really cute. This one I used a puffball. You can use a cotton ball if you want. This one, I took a puffball, same thing, just different stuff to paint with instead of always using your fingers or a paintbrush, and I dunked it in my paint. In this one, you'll see it comes out like a hairy caterpillar, just like our caterpillars in our jar. So let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And if you look, it looks like a hairy little caterpillar. And you see how I didn't mix my paint all the way? So it kind of had some of the green, some of the blue, some of the yellow. And it looks like a fuzzy caterpillar, just like our caterpillars. Okay, so the next one is really fun. This shows our whole life cycle of a butterfly using a science experiment. So I'm going to show you the science experiment first, and then when I'm done, I'm going to tell you how I did it. So maybe if mom and dad say so, you can try it at home. So safety first, I have gloves. And you should probably do this outside. And I have some goggles because it's going to get a little crazy. And I figured I kind of look like a caterpillar once I get my goggles on. So our butterfly life cycle starts with an egg. So we're going to pretend that this little guy is our egg. And he's on a leaf. And he's going to hatch out of his egg and turn into... kind of messy. Can you see it? He's a caterpillar. So what does our caterpillar do next? First he was an egg, now he's a caterpillar. Do you remember what happens to him next? Next, oh, let me put my goggles on because this is where it gets a little crazy. Next, he hangs himself upside down. So he is upside down right now. And he wraps himself up tight, and he is now a chrysalis. But after he's been a chrysalis for a little while, he starts to wiggle and jiggle. And what happened? What happened to our caterpillar? What is he? He is a butterfly. How cool is that? So we made a gas inside this bottle by mixing 2 ingredients, and I'm going to tell you what those ingredients are, and you can go ahead and leave this. It actually stays for a while. I think my last one stayed for at least a full day before it started coming down. But how neat. So our caterpillar went from an egg to a caterpillar to a chrysalis, and now it's our beautiful butterfly. So now I'm going to show you how I made it. So we'll get that out of the way. So what you need is an empty plastic bottle. You will also need, if you have, a funnel. You are going to need vinegar. This is a gigantic bottle of vinegar because it is hard to find right now. So we had to get ours from Costco, but it's come in handy because I have a lot of experiments that are going to be using it. So vinegar, And lastly, we have baking soda and a balloon. So the first thing you want to do is take a balloon. You're going to draw a caterpillar on one side. This is the one I used before, so it's really messy. And a butterfly on the opposite side. And you're going to call it, when you do it, you want to do it upright. So the balloon is standing upright. The next thing you want to do is you want to take and pour vinegar into an empty water bottle. I used really tall ones. If you use shorter ones, you're going to use a little bit less. All I did was take a couple inches at the bottom, maybe 2-3 inches at most. It came up pretty much, if you saw in my video, pretty close to the top. So not too much, maybe 2 inches of vinegar in the bottom of a tall water bottle. A short bottle, you're probably going to only want like an inch. Then what I did is I took my balloon, I put it in the bottom of my funnel, and I kind of scrunched it up a little bit so I knew my baking soda would go in the bottom. And in my full size, this is just a regular full size balloon. If you're using a smaller balloon, make sure you use less. I put 1 tablespoon of baking soda inside my balloon. That's it. Once it was in there, I took it off. If you do my experiment, make sure you go through all the life cycle, and then you're going to end with your butterfly. So have so much fun. I hope you guys get a chance to make these, or you at least enjoyed watching me make it. It was pretty fun. So have a great day, and goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you again someday. Bye, friends. Don't forget to send me pictures.